Our next storyteller is Sari Botton. She is the editorial director of TMI Project. She's the founder of Kingston Writers Studio, a new co-working space in Uptown Kingston. And she tells us she used to be known far and wide as the East Village Yenta. Sari Botton.
It's 2002. I'm living on East 13th Street, and I am known far and wide as the East Village Yenta. By this point, I have introduced the first 3 couples who earned me that title. At the time, I also happened to be single and 37, and while I love introducing couples, I myself hate being fixed up. One of my issues with fix-ups is that most people don't do it the humane way, which is to just get the 2 parties into the same room and let them find each other. If they do, great. If they don't, it wasn't meant to be. Granted, this isn't as simple as it sounds. It requires more effort on the matchmaker's part than just setting 2 people up on a blind date. But blind dates are horrible and humiliating. There's no way to avoid getting your hopes up and then pretty reliably dashed. If you care about the people you are trying to set up, then you need to go the extra mile and invent an occasion to which you can casually invite not only the 2 people you want to introduce, but a large cast of unwitting extras as well. So being an effective Yenta means being a party planner as well, and it doesn't hurt if you're also a little bit codependent. I can't tell you how many parties I throw in those days in my railroad walk-up, just so that 2 of the 47 people invited can organically meet under no pressure and with no danger of anyone's feelings getting hurt. My bigger issue with being fixed up is this. Most of the time, people want to introduce me to short dudes they have no one else to set up with. Now, I am a hair under 5 feet myself, so I am not in any position to complain. But that's not what this is about. I don't have a problem with short guys. I've dated guys who were 5'2". I've also dated guys who were 6'4". The problem isn't the men's lack of stature. The problem is, more often than not, it's the only thing we have in common. Having already logged more than my share of meals with short men who had no sense of humor or had never read a book, I'm just not interested. So when my friend Jeff calls to tell me he has this friend Mike who I have to meet, I tell him to fuck off. Jeff persists. He swears this guy is creative and funny. He's a filmmaker. They met in film school. He doesn't mention the guy's height, and I don't ask. I just figure it's a foregone conclusion. Mike calls. We have an okay conversation. I don't feel any particular urge to meet this person, but when he asks me out, I say yes. I second guess my lack of excitement because honestly, I have a history of choosing the wrong guys. Unavailable guys, jobless guys, intermittently mean guys, guys with active addictions, all of the above rolled into one. Maybe it's time to override my instincts. At the end of the phone call, we set a coffee date. I leave my apartment to do an errand, and when I come back, the light on my answering machine is blinking. Beep! Hi, Sari, it's Mike. I just want to tell you something before we meet. Jeff says you're like about 5 feet tall, and while I have no problem with short women, I hope you weigh under 100 pounds, like 95 tops. I like women who are built like ballerinas. I don't want to waste your time if you're not. I call him right back. Wait, you said what? He says, I like what I like. I thought you'd appreciate my honesty. I tell him we can skip the date. So I guess you don't weigh under 100 pounds, he says. Well, I assure him, you won't ever find out. Thank you.